Everybody, when I tell you, okay, we we're in just country, West Virginia, okay? We're in this hotel. They put me in a suite because I'm the headliner, right? So I come in a suite and it looks made up. The room looks made up. The bed is made how they typically make their beds. There's that little card on it that's like, "Hey, housekeeping was here," that whole thing. And so I laid down on the bed, I'm on the phone talking to a friend, I'm like, "Oh, I need to start getting ready for the show." So I get up, I grab my toiletries, I go to the bathroom, and I look in the mirror, and this is how I found out. I was about to stick my little, my Octo Buddy, the little sticky thing on your phone, I was about to stick it to the mirror, and right as I was about to stick it, I saw spitty bits from the previous person who was brushing their teeth all over the mirror, and I was like, "Oh, hello? Um, that's gross." So then that made me look down into the sink and I could see food particles from the person who brushed their teeth previously. Food particles were in the sink. And I was like, there's no way. It was a his and her sink. Or his and or hers and hers, wherever you are.
A theys and
Um
thems.
there was a theys and them sinks. And I looked in the other sink, food particles. I was dying. And I'm like, no way. Then I was like, "Well, if they didn't clean the sinks, let me go check the shower." There was a leftover bar of soap in the shower from the previous person. I couldn't believe it. I said, "Okay, if they didn't clean the shower, let me pull all these blankets back and look at these sheets." So I pull all the blankets back. You know how when you come into a brand new hotel room, they put them sheets crisp. They're like tight on that bed. Nah, they was all loosey goosey, messy, lived in sheets. I said, nope, that's not happening. I called down. Um, I said, y'all need to send somebody up here, come clean this room. And I explained everything that I saw. And like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll send somebody. Actually, she sounded annoyed when I first called. Um, and then when I called a second time, because I was like, "Hey, when are they gonna come?" Then she was like, "Oh, so sorry, we're sending them up right now." And I said, I'm gonna go get ready in Danielle's room." So I called Danielle. I was like, "Can I just come get ready in your room?" So I go to Danielle's room. I get ready in her room. Then we leave to the show. I check my room. I see there's a housekeeping cart there. So somebody's cleaning my room. I'm like, all right, they got it. We leave to the show. I get back. Now it's like approaching midnight. Go back into my room. They remade the bed, so I was like, "Okay, they were in here because the bed is remade." I pulled the blankets back just to make sure the sheets were nice and tight. I was like, "Okay, these are hopefully new sheets. They didn't just remake this bed." I go to the bathroom. Spitty bits still on the mirror. They wiped one of the sinks, got all the food out. The other one still had a couple food particles left in the sink, and the soap was still in the shower. I said, "You gotta be kidding me. What in the world?" So I call down again at midnight. I'm trying to go to bed. We gotta be up in the car, 5 AM, headed back to the airport. I'm like, "I gotta go to bed, please." So they send housekeeping back up. He went in the shower, and he just grabbed the bar of soap off and replaced it with like, the soap that you pump and come out, and he just put it up there. He didn't even wipe it down, wash it, nothing. There's still the little square of soap residue on there, and then somebody else's, like, pink shaving cream that spilled out or something was still on there, and he Windexed the mirror, and that was it. I said, "I'm not taking a shower. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little hose bath right here in this sink and wait till I get home to shower," and that was my hotel room. And that's my attitude. Thank
I
you
know
for your attention to this matter.
when you were texting us the updates late at night, I was waiting. I was like, "She's gonna call me, and she's gonna wanna come sleep in this room." Like, I
I
was
went
I
I almost
kept
did, I
waiting.
almost did. I
Mhm.
almost did. I really did because I knew Danielle had 2 beds in her room. First of all, I didn't know you had 2 beds in your room. When I went to get ready in your room and I saw the 2 beds, clocked it, and I said, "Okay, cool. I have a backup plan. Great."
Save that for later.
Then, when I came back to the room and I saw how things were not up to par, I was like, "Looks like we gonna be roomies. We gonna go ahead and just take a nap right next to each other because we gotta be up in a few hours." But my bed was okay. I'm like, "Whatever, I'm just going to sleep." So,
Yeah.
that's my attitude of the
Yeah, at that
weekend.
point, we did. We had a turnaround time of, like, 4 hours, so I just was like, "Girl, wash your pits and take a nap. well, let's skedaddle on out of West Virginia as soon as we can. Let's just get on up out of here, okay?
Ugh.